All right, we back. I'm sorry for the 9-day break. Okay, I apologize. I have been busy. I have been so busy. Okay, but we back though. Let's get into it. Why tragedies become memes. All right, there's a lot of tragedies that happen in 2025. A lot of deaths that happened in 2025 and they became memes. All right. A lot of deaths that happened all around the world and they became memes. All right. Let's get into it. This looks like the Twin Towers. It's about to be devious.
Terrorist attacks, mass shootings, political assassinations.
My boy
These are
Charlie
the
Kirk,
darkest
man.
things you can imagine. So why did they become memes? Over the past few years, I've noticed something strange.
Let me turn
The
this off.
internet doesn't treat every tragedy the same. Some events become memorials, others get turned into jokes. Take Charlie
Wow.
Kirk for example.
Rakai. And then they got. Yo. This don't make no sense. This is so crazy, bro. Why do they? Who had the time to edit Charlie Kirk's face on Rakai's body doing the little turn up dance?
His
This is crazy.
assassination instantly turned into edits and memes,
Charlie Kirk.
not because people were using the jokes as a form to cope, but because millions genuinely hated him. The memes weren't about processing the event, it was pure mockery. Now, compare that to
To little babies, Lil Kirk, stiffer than stiff. They on his ass, bro. They on his ass. I know that he said a lot of things that people ain't like. Bro, you don't gotta mock the guy's death, bro. He didn't wish all y'all to die. I mean, some people probably seem like he wished for all y'all to die. He didn't wish for all of y'all to die. Okay? Y'all literally jumping up and down because he's dead right now, bro. He got shot stiffer than stiff when he got shot in his neck and he went. That's foul. That's messed up, bro.
9/11. Those memes exist too. They're edgy, they're messed up, but they're never targeting the victims themselves. Nobody is laughing at the people who died. The humor comes from shock value, not a personal attack on the victims. Then you have the 2019 El Paso shooter, better known as the Wojak Chud shooter, a
Ooh,
mass shooter that became a reaction image. People weren't laughing with him, they
what is
were
he
laughing
doing?
at the absurdity of the situation because the whole thing didn't feel real. And then there's the Ocean Gate implosion, a billionaire submarine
Forgot about that.
disaster that turned
I forgot about Ocean Gate. Ocean Gate when that whole submersible imploded trying to look for the Titanic. Man, I wanted to before it imploded, I wanted to go down there so bad. But hey, just off of that implosion alone, I might not ever see the Titanic in all my years of living. Ain't it supposed to disintegrate all the way in like 5 years from now? As far as I'm concerned, they said it's supposed to thing in 2030. Like, bro, I ain't gonna see that bit. No way.
into edits and jokes across
I'm
the
gonna happen a
internet,
long
literally
time ago too. It happened a long time ago. I'm surprised it ain't. I'm surprised it ain't disintegrated already. For real, for real. It happened like over 100 years ago. That's crazy as hell.
within minutes. Before we get into this video, it is very important to define what dark humor is. Dark humor is basically the internet's way of dealing with things that are too heavy or uncomfortable to process directly.
Known as black humor, dark comedy, dark humor, or gallows humor. Comic style that makes light of subject matter that is generally considered taboo, particularly subjects that are normally considered serious or painful to discuss. I mean, hey, that's how dark humor is to some people. A lot of people use dark humor as like something that's like an insecurity, like an insecurity. They put that as dark humor. They'll put something as dark humor that is something tragic that happened. Use dark humor like that. I don't know. A lot of people find dark humor funny. It really depends on what they say. I don't find it funny a lot, but I mean, yeah, I guess I find some of it funny. A lot of dark humor I find funny. I'll take that back. A lot of it I find funny.
People joke about tragedies for a mix of reasons: shock value, coping, desensitization, quick online attention, or just pure hatred. For some, it creates emotional distance from something horrifying. For others, it's about feeling edgy or part of a subculture that laughs at taboo stuff. And with how fast memes spread, once a tragic moment becomes a format, people keep
If you would please consult the graphs, things that happen.
making memes of
Look at this
until
nigga,
the
bro.
original
Look at this nigga's face, bro. Look at this nigga's face. You can't. That's what makes it dark humor, bro. You can't like look at this nigga's face, bro. So, like, what's up?
context fades. It doesn't mean everyone supports the joke. It just shows how the internet reacts to things it doesn't know how to handle. For this first entry, let's talk about something that happened recently, and that's no other than the Charlie Kirk assassination. On September 10th,
R.P. my man
2025
Charlie
at
Kirk,
Utah
man.
Valley
He didn't
University.
deserve to die. No matter what he was saying, he did not deserve to die, man. Especially die like that. He got shot. He got sniped, bro. Based off of saying, but he got sniped because he had his own freedom of speech, saying what he needed to say, said how he felt, and all types of shit. And he got sniped for that. So he died behind his words. It's crazy, bro.
Conservative activist Charlie Kirk was shot in the neck at 12:23 p.m., right in the middle of a debate about gun violence. He
Wow.
was officially pronounced dead around 2:40 p.m. The main suspect is Tyler Robinson.
Whole time, Charlie Kirk was more than likely, he was more than likely dead before it, like, he was more than likely dead before, like, once he got shot, he went unconscious. As soon as he got shot, he didn't even feel him getting shot. Like, as soon as he got shot around, like, the jugular spine area. When he got shot there, he blacked out, bro. He stuck, bro. His life just cut off straight like that. He immediately went unconscious. Immediately, bro. And hey, that's a good way to go out because you don't feel no pain. It happened so fast, he didn't feel no pain. I know he didn't feel no pain. By him getting hit in that specific area, that little right here, I know he ain't feel no pain getting hit right there, bro. I just know he didn't. And also how he dropped, like how he got stiff and fell. Yeah, he ain't feel that. He immediately went into a coma right after he got shot. He didn't feel pain. He went out, and then he was just talking mid sentence, and then just got shot right after. He couldn't even think about what he said before he got shot, bro. And then immediately went into a coma, like immediately. So his life was just cut short, children and all. Life went straight black, bro. That's wild.
Kirk had
That's
been
actually
speaking
pretty
under a
scary too.
tent at the center of campus, taking questions from students during the opening
That's
stop of his
scary.
American Comeback Tour. As he responded to a question about mass shootings, a single round from a rifle struck him in the left side of his neck. Investigators later confirmed the shot came from a rooftop roughly 142 yards away, fired by a sniper who had positioned himself on the building minutes earlier. The shooter fled across the rooftop and escaped into a wooded area north of campus, where investigators recovered several engraved cartridges next to the rifle, each marked with strange internet references. The spent casing was engraved with "Notices bulge, oh whoa, what's this?" a popular meme in the furry community. 3 unfired rounds were found as well. One read, "Hey fascist catch, up right down down down," a reference to the game Helldivers 2 that calls it an airstrike. Another was engraved with "Oh Bella ciao, Bella ciao, Bella ciao ciao ciao," lyrics from the Italian song Bella Ciao, which is an anti-fascist Italian song. And the last round said, well, take a look for yourself. He was charged with aggravated murder, 2 counts of obstruction of justice, and felony discharge of a firearm causing serious bodily injury. Prosecutors announced they would seek the death penalty.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. No conspiracy type shit, bro. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, bro. I feel like he didn't do it. I feel like him right there, he didn't do it. I feel like it was a big hit. He had to have got some type of big hit, like government type shit did that shit too. Had to have, bro. And I don't want to be the one to speak on that, but hey, it's deeper than what it seems. Because bro, you get shot. He got shot like in the right spot while moving. He leaned in, spoke, leaned back for a little bit. That was a professional hit from that far. He was like 200 yards away, 100 feet. No, bro, he was far. He was pretty far. He was pretty far. He got sniped from a far distance, right in the neck. Yeah, that was a professional hit, all right, for sure.
penalty. Charlie Kirk, known for founding Turning Point USA and for his strong alignment with Donald Trump and the MAGA movement, had become one of the most influential right-wing figures in American youth politics. His assassination occurred during a period of rising political tension and escalating acts of violence across the country. News of the shooting spread instantly online. Footage of the moment circulated across social media, triggering shock, division, and in some cases, celebration. Reactions that further exposed the polarized climate Kirk often spoke about. National leaders condemned the killing, while others blamed opposing political groups long before a motive was confirmed. Shortly after his death, people started to mock him. Thousands, if not millions, went on social media to celebrate his death. One of the earliest Charlie Kirk memes appeared in early October, where his face was swapped onto the iconic Anthony Mackie smiling photo with the caption, "Son." The image spread quickly and became one of the first viral edits following his death. Following this, we got AI videos of Charlie Kirk, such as the infamous Kirkification trend, where his face was plastered onto rappers, other memes, and random people. On Halloween, people even dressed up as Charlie Kirk, wearing the same freedom shirt with a bloodstain. Out of all the tragedies that turned into memes, Charlie Kirk becomes
This is so crazy, bro. This is so crazy. Just for him. Just for him. They doing all this. If I was his bro, if I was his family, and then they doing all this, bro. I know his family hate everybody in the whole world right about now, bro. For real.
a meme wasn't a way to cope with his death.
What is
It was a way
this?
to
What
mock
is
him.
this?
As many people loved him, he had just as many
This
haters.
is crazy.
On August 3rd, 2019, at a Walmart in El Paso, Texas, a mass shooting took place that became one of the deadliest attacks on Latinos in modern American history.
I heard about this, but this happened 2019? Damn, that was long ago. I'm thinking it happened in the 2020s, bro.
At 10:38 a.m., 21-year-old Patrick Wood Crusius opened fire
Boy, is
with a
21.
semi-automatic
He
rifle.
was just now legally able to drink. And this nigga go do this to a shopping store, bro. A shopping store at 10 in the morning. This is just now waking up for real, bro.
Killing
That's crazy.
23 people and injuring 22
23.
more. He walked into the store after posting a manifesto online, targeting Hispanic people and echoing far-right extremist beliefs
immediately
centered
went
around
up in there shooting.
anti-immigrant and white supremacist conspiracy theories. The attack lasted only a few minutes, but the damage was catastrophic. Patrick had arrived earlier that morning after driving hundreds of miles from his home in Allen, Texas. He walked through the store to scout the location, returned to his car to gear up, and then began shooting in the parking lot before moving inside. Once
So
in the
Walmart.
building, he continued firing at shoppers, families, and employees, attacking people in aisles, checkout lanes, and even a bank area inside the store. He fired close to 90 rounds before fleeing back towards the parking lot. Shortly after leaving the scene, Patrick surrendered without resistance. He stopped his car, stepped out with his hands up, and told law enforcement officers that he was the shooter. He was arrested on the spot and later charged with capital murder and dozens of federal hate crime and firearms
He's better off
offenses.
killing himself.
Over the following years, he pled guilty to 90 federal counts related to the
He done.
attack and
He
was
done.
sentenced to 90 consecutive life sentences.
Now let them people that he just went up in there and shot up. Let them people that he went to prison with, right? The niggas that he went to prison with. Let them have family members that he shot. They're Jeffrey Dahmer your ass, boy. Whew. They're Jeffrey Dahmer your ass. First of all, they would grape you. That's first of all. Second of all, after they done with that, they gonna beat you down. And if you don't listen, they gonna make you their slave in the prison. Alright? And if you don't listen, you're done. They just might do it right when they feel like they about to get out or something. They gonna kill you. You're out of there. And they just got to do it without nobody finding out. But you're gone. You're gone, pal. You're gone, pal. You better hope them family members that that's in that prison that you about to go to, not in there. The niggas that you killed, them 23 people that you killed. You better hope.
The aftermath of the shooting left El Paso devastated. Vigils, memorials, and tributes poured in from across the United States and Mexico. As the majority of victims were Hispanic, and many were Mexican nationals. The event intensified conversations about extremism, online radicalization, and the growing wave of white supremacist violence. It also led to widespread condemnation from leaders, communities,
I don't want to be the one to ask this, but like, why is it? Why is I'm not trying to bring race involved, but why is all the white folks doing this? Like, you don't see no black people shooting up schools, doing mass shootings. Why is all the white folks doing this, bro? Like, I genuinely want to know. Like, why is all the white folks doing this? I don't get it, bro. I literally don't get it. Like, what is going on in your life so much that you want to take somebody's? I know black people, they do their own stuff. They be shooting up neighborhoods and shit. Basically the same thing, especially if you hit somebody, it's still the same thing as that, basically. But they actually go out in public, in a store, in a school. Why? How do you even have the balls to shoot up a school, bro? I don't like. How is that even like, bro? You not scared, my nigga? I'll be scared as hell. I'll be scared as hell. I'll be scared as hell.
and advocacy groups as El
They don't got
Paso
nothing to lose if
mourned
they
one
do
of the
something like
darkest
that.
days in its history. This is a tragedy. So what meme followed this? For those who don't know what a Wojak is, it's one of the oldest and most recognizable faces in internet meme culture. A simple black outline drawing of a bald man with a sad blank expression. It first appeared on Polish and German image boards in the late 2000s before spreading to 4chan, where it evolved into endless variations used to express insecurity, frustration, or ironically shared emotions. After the El Paso shooting, one of those variations became Chudjak, originally appeared on left-wing boards like BunkerChan in 2020. Chudjak was drawn as a caricature of the El Paso shooter Patrick and quickly turned into a way to mock far-right extremists and the type of users associated with 4chan's pull board. The character spread during raids and meme wars between
Bro,
communities, eventually becoming one of the most recognizable political Wojak edits online. On June 18, 2023, the Titan submersible operated by the tourism company OceanGate,
and I forgot, but they had a time. They had a timeline thing. So basically, when they set sail, right, they was supposed to make it up on a specific day, and they never did. So it was counting down. I was on Instagram at this time. I woke up every single day because it was counting down. I woke up every day, and it was like 3 days. It's been 3 days since it came up. 2 days since it came, something like that. Basically, I forgot how it went, but it basically said that if they didn't come up on a specific day, something bad happened because they was running out of oxygen. So as soon as that happened, it was all bad, bro. It was all
imploded
bad.
during a dive to the wreck of the Titanic in the North Atlantic. On board were 5 passengers: OceanGate CEO Stockton Rush, Titanic expert Paul, British billionaire Hamish, and Pakistani-British businessman Shahzada, along with his 19-year-old son. About an hour and a half into the descent, Titan lost all contact with its support ship, the Polar Prince. When it failed to resurface, a massive international search effort began, involving the
That's
US
it?
Coast Guard,
Hold on.
the
I didn't see
massive
that though.
international
That's it? I'm over here looking at it like it's AI. That's real. Look at the date. Look at the date. That's real. That's real. Oh shoot.
search effort began, involving the US Coast Guard,
Who went down? Whoever went down there just now should have been the one to go do that. Like what?
the US Navy, the Canadian Coast Guard, and several deep-sea research vessels. For 4 days, the world watched the search unfold in real time.
Titanic,
Every
man.
update, every press briefing, and every rumor spread instantly across social media. Behind the scenes, however, the US Navy had already detected an acoustic signature that matched an implosion at the exact moment communication was lost. When a remotely operated vehicle finally located a debris field near the Titanic's bow, it confirmed the worst-case scenario. The pressure hull had collapsed during the dive, killing all 5 occupants instantly. What followed was a wave of scrutiny
Instantly got
aimed at
imploded.
Ocean Gate and the decisions that
Boom.
led to the disaster. Former employees, engineers, and industry experts came forward saying concerns about Titan's safety had been raised for years,
Mm.
especially its experimental carbon fiber hull and the company's refusal to
You know what they should have did though? Me personally, I don't feel like no person should be down there like that deep in water, because that's like, say, that's dangerous. I say dangerous. That's dangerous. You go down there and something bad happens, you're gone. Your life is cut. It's over. You too deep. All right. Like, here's what they should have did, in my opinion. They should have grabbed a camera, right? Big ass camera. Something like, I know y'all got the technology for this. Get a big ass camera, put it inside of a submarine, and take that bit down there. Take the submarine down there. They should have did that for space as well. Take a camera, have some type of hot air. Nah. Take some type. Get a rocket. First off, get a rocket with a camera in it. Go all the way up there. That's what you should be doing, bro. That's what you should be doing. Because as far as I'm concerned, I don't believe niggas going to space. I have to get a camera with a rocket and take that bit over there my damn self for me to believe that. I'm not gonna lie. I don't believe people went to go to the moon and all that. Hey, a lot of people saying it's true. I don't believe it. Especially in that year, 1969, that happened. Yeah, I don't believe that. I believe that they be trying to go down there and go see that Titanic though, and you see Ocean Gate tried and they failed miserably. So I gotta take a camera down there with a big ass submarine to do that too. I don't believe a lot of stuff until I see it for myself. I'm not gonna lie. That's just how it is.
follow standard certification rules. Suddenly, the implosion didn't feel like a rare deep sea accident, it felt preventable. A vessel built to visit one of the most iconic shipwrecks on Earth ended up sharing its fate. Shortly after the Titan implosion was confirmed, the internet reacted with an immediate wave of dark humor and viral
That's
memes.
crazy, bro.
People fixated on how experimental and improvised the sub seemed, especially after learning it was controlled with a $30 Logitech game
That became a meme. How it was controlled with a controller. That became a meme. I remember that one. I remember that one.
controller, which became one of the
Everyone
biggest
in a
jokes
submarine,
online.
please
Memes
reconnect
spread mocking the
controller.
vessel's design, comparing it to a makeshift Home Depot project, or even an explicit toy. The fact that the passengers were wealthy only amplified the reaction.
Yup.
Jokes framed the
Y'all
dive as a
billionaires.
$250,000 Titanic speedrun that ended the same way as the original ship. The jokes
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy.
were directed at the passengers, but in a very specific
That's
way.
crazy, bro.
The humor didn't target their identities or personal lives as much as it targeted the circumstances surrounding their deaths. The internet fixated on the absurdity of five wealthy people paying $250,000 each to descend in a carbon fiber tube controlled by a Bluetooth gamepad inside a vessel that multiple engineers had warned was unsafe. To many people online, it looked like an extreme example of rich people doing something dangerous for fun, and the framing shaped almost every meme that followed. The person mocked the most was Stockton Rush, the CEO and pilot of the Titan. He was the one who built the sub, ignored repeated safety warnings, dismissed
Oh, what? Oh, you deserve to die. No, no, no disrespect. You deserve to get gone, bro. You deserve to get got. Nah, you ignoring shit. Goodbye, bro. Say goodbye, bro.
industry
It's
standards
over.
as obstacles and insisted the design was revolutionary despite experts calling it experimental
I
and
didn't know that.
risky.
I didn't know
Because of
that.
that, the internet treated him less like a victim and more like the one that caused the disaster. The jokes, edits, and animations overwhelmingly centered on Rush's choices, treating him as a symbol of Ocean Gate's negligence.
I would have took him down. Is those clothes? I would have took him down there. Like, I would have told you, you go down there by your damn self, buddy. I ain't going down there with you. This nigga cost lives. Now, if he was alive, he'd be in jail right now. He'd be in prison right now. He'd be under the prison. Cause they billionaires. He'd be gone.
rather than a victim. 9/11 needs no introduction, as we
9/11.
all know what it is. Hell, a single video from that tragedy already has way more views than my entire channel combined. So we'll skip over it because YouTube hates it when YouTubers talk about the attacks. In the aftermath of the September attacks, media coverage exploded instantly across every major network.
9/11.
Live
That was
broadcasts ran
crazy, bro.
nonstop for days.
9/11 was wow. I wasn't alive when it happened, but hey, to this day, I still be hearing stories about it, bro. I know 9/11. I think like 3K people passed. It was bad, bro. 9/11 was terrible.
Replaying the same images from New York,
RP to
Washington,
all the
and
people, man.
Pennsylvania
And
until they
9/11.
became burned into the public consciousness. As the world watched, photos from Ground Zero, firefighters in the rubble, people running through the streets, the falling man spread everywhere and became one of the most recognizable images in modern history. But at the exact same time, the internet reacted in its own way. Early forums like Something Awful, 4chan, began circulating Photoshop photos, dark jokes, and parody edits literally within hours of the attack. Memes like Tourist Guy manipulated $20 hours of the attack. Memes like Tourist
Whoever edited this, right? Whoever edited this needs to find something to do within their life, bro. Whoever edited this needs to find something to do within their life, bro. That is crazy. I have never seen. Look at him. He had to like.
Guy manipulated $20 bill conspiracies, and absurd animations started appearing, not to mock the victims, but because the internet processes shock differently than traditional media. Over the years, the September attacks became one of the first global examples of a tragedy being transformed into viral content. From edgy jokes to tasteless commercials to running gag phrases like jet fuel can't melt steel beams and Bush did 9/11. What began as nonstop news coverage slowly evolved into an entire ecosystem
I heard 9/11 was also deeper than you expect, but we ain't gonna get into that though.
of memes, debates, satire, and dark humor that still resurface every year, showing how even the most devastating events can be reshaped, and sometimes distorted by online culture. A few months ago, I thought to myself, what was the first ever meme from this tragedy? After all, there is a plethora of memes about this event. Within minutes after this tragedy, someone posted on 4chan this photo of Hulk Hogan doing a big boot to the building. I cannot find the 4chan link to the actual post, but instead repost of the
RIP
first
my man
ever
Hulk Hogan.
9/11 meme. At first glance, it doesn't make sense that some of the darkest moments in modern history end up recycled into jokes, edits, and memes. But the reality is that online culture reacts to tragedy in a way that's more complicated than simple disrespect. Whether it's the September attacks, the El Paso shooter becoming Chudjack, the implosion of the Ocean Gate sub, or the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Each one shows how the internet processes shock in real time. Sometimes people use humor as a coping mechanism, a way to distance themselves from fear, violence, or helplessness. Sometimes the humor is targeted, meant to mock someone specific, like how Charlie Kirk became a meme because of his politics.
Yo, this don't make no damn sense, bro. This don't make no sense. Why is people doing this, bro? But and hey, he's not wrong though. There'd be a lot of deaths that happen and people immediately make it into a joke. Like King Von, they made it into a joke. His autopsy picture, I've seen that so many times, bro. They make anything into a joke nowadays. That's just I guess that's just how people is nowadays. I guess that's just how people is, bro. Crazy.
Or how Stockton Rush was ridiculed for the choices that led to the Titans implosion. Other times, the humor has nothing to do with the victims at all, like the September
It's
jokes
mainly
or
about the situation. It don't got nothing to do about the people. It's mainly about the situation, bro. Okay, it's mainly about the situation.
the Chudjack meme, where the tragedy ends up as a background detail in the joke instead of what anyone is actually paying attention to. What ties all of this together is how the internet strips complicated, horrific events down into something way simpler than they really were. The fuller story disappears, and the version that survives is whatever the internet finds easiest to circulate. Don't get me wrong, the memes are not going to stain the legacy of the tragedy itself. Instead, it's the cherry on top when it comes to people's reactions to said tragedy. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more from this channel, make sure to subscribe and like the video.
Yeah. Y'all, shout out to Morbid for Fun for this good video. Alright. If y'all want to see more of these by Morbid for Fun, make sure y'all go like his video, like this video, comment down below what videos y'all want to see. Subscribe down below. Alright, you see it. Subscribe. It shined just now. Catch y'all in the next video.